The CBC was launched in the year 2017. 2017, I repeat, because most people may not be aware, CBC began 2017. And the first team are now in grade 7, 2023. They will be in junior secondary for 3 years to do grade 7, grade 8, and grade 9. Whereby, after that little gap, whereby the students who were out to come to Form 1 will now transit to grade 9, the senior secondary schools will have vacuum classes, no Form 1s, because their students have moved to grade 9 in junior secondary, which are domiciled in the primary section. This is to mean we'll have a year without Form 1s, so that we can transit that team to Form 2, which is now the last cohorts of 844, until that system is phased out. 844 replaced the old LFO system. The old LFO system tailored their students and their outcomes to white-collar jobs. Basically, that was the era when Kenya was getting born, and we had to have our workers in offices, in fields, and other places. And of course, there was a big vacuum in the industrial sector, in the economic, in the offices, and such. Little did we know, and maybe it was a wake-up call, that these offices would soon be filled. And a lot of students, a lot of outcomes, a lot of graduates would wonder which positions to take up. It was very necessary to create a system which incorporated white-collar jobs and self-reliance. Hence, the call for the 844 system, which came with a lot of pathways, a lot of subjects, mostly technical subjects. We are talking about woodwork, metalwork, electricity. We're also talking about accounts, business, agriculture, name them. Even aviation in some schools which could afford to cover the same, like Mangu. We thought this will ease the burden of the country to employing so many graduates in these white-collar jobs which were not sufficient, and the pathway was welcome. Other shortcomings which were hidden, the system is blamed to be an overburdening system. Students are carrying too much content, students are carrying too much literature books, too much compression books, too much 1, 2, 3, 4, depending on what the country can offer in terms of production and other things. The KJSE. We have a little replica, a little resemblance between the 844 and the CBC, but not much, because there is a little detach between the two systems. Here we are talking about self-reliance, and here we are talking about competency-based, because the pathways are dignified from junior secondary to senior secondary and the university. In the other end, we had self-reliance, whereby the specialization would be viewed to come very late in the university. Very late in the university. If some students would fall off from Form 4, the little knowledge that they are holding as a certificate from 4 is not very competitive in the job market. Hence the shift to the CBC.
What shared? The challenges shared?
When we come to the CBC, whereby we are seeing some pathways which are dignified and they are given to schools, specialization is coming very early, and we have schools which are going to be tailored towards those different pathways, will not fail to have all the talents which we see in our students being explored. Not only academics, not only the science, not only in white-collar jobs which are tailored with good languages and good etiquette, We are going to have pathways which will now carry our students through sport, through music, through design, through custom, through entertainment, through game, and also other hospitality areas, whereby we are seeing a situation whereby the specialization and the training will come early in senior secondary, and it will be measured when these students get into the university.
So in terms of the exam now, this is their last exam?
Of course, we are optimistic, and it is very true that those who are in class 8, this is the last KCPE. Next year, we are going to get the last Form 1s in the 844 system, which will grow up to Form 4. The first cohorts of CBC 2023 are in grade 7. Next year, hopefully, and with all systems set as they are put already in print, that they are going to get into grade 8. That is 2024. 2025, we will not have students coming to Form 1. It is a situation whereby they will proceed to finish the 3 years in junior secondary, then the so-called grade 9. You see, with my Form 1s who will have now come to Form 1 2024, the last 2023 class 8 will have transited upwards to finish the 844. In senior secondary, we will be waiting for grade 10. Our first cohorts of CBC who are in grade 7 2023.